Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, welcome. My name's Kaylin, I'm 26. I film a lot of entrepreneurship, lifestyle, and productivity content. For today's video, we're gonna sit down and do a 2023 mid-year check-in and reset. We're gonna take a look at those annual goals that we set at the beginning of the year and just making sure that they still align with, what we want to achieve and who we are today. Then we're gonna pull up our budget spreadsheet, look at our finances, so savings, investments, all the fun stuff. And then I thought it'd be fun to finish it off with a little book segment. So we can talk about the books that I've read. I'll give you some recommendations, kind of rate them. So make sure you get your goals out, your spreadsheets out, your finances out, so we can go through them together and do our check-in together. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's hop into it. Okay, so we're gonna start off with our annual goals, making sure that they still align with what we actually want to achieve, seeing if we achieved any, and there's definitely some room for improvement here. I will have this and the budget spreadsheet linked down below, and I'm so excited because I've been working on a website which is finally live, which like I said, I'm so excited about. I will have the official Press Reset website linked down below. Even if you already have these spreadsheets, I would love for your guys' feedback on it. I did also add in some free resources on there. So there's a daily plan, weekly plan, and a goal tracking PDF that you can fill in on your iPad or print it out and use like pen and paper. But I said all that to basically say that this will be on the official Press Reset website. But okay, looking at our annual goals, we're gonna go through them one by one. We have personal goals, health and wellness, financial goals, business goals, and social media goals. You can always customize these and type in, whatever headings that work best for you. So we're gonna start off with our personal goals. So at the beginning of the year, I had the idea to read 12 nonfiction books. I have read 0 nonfiction books. I have learned the fundamentals of trading options. I kind of started this, so it's definitely something that I need to just pick back up again and even work on like 30 minutes a day. Take an online class for business law or coding. I have not done that. Honestly, I'm gonna leave it on here, but honestly, I don't know if it's something that I'm actually gonna do just because paid ones are expensive. I'm kind of back and forth on this, but I'm just gonna leave it on here for now. Take a tropical vacation. This was the one goal that I achieved. I did take a tropical vacation to the Dominican Republic. Start a new hobby. I'm gonna say no to that. Spend less time on my phone. This has actually been something that I have been way better about, but I'm not gonna check it off yet just because I don't wanna, check it off too early. I definitely have some room for improvement on personal goals. Health and wellness, get into the best shape of my life. I always talk about how you want your goals to be quantifiable and measurable. This is not either of those, but this is something that I will know personally when I achieved. Spend more time outside. I'm actually gonna go ahead and check that off. Reduce my intake of sugary and processed food. I have definitely done this, and eat more fruits and vegetables. We could definitely improve a little bit there. So overall, for health and wellness goals, I set 4. I have achieved 1. I haven't really achieved them yet, but they're all definitely very attainable still, so I should be able to achieve all of them. For my business goals, 1,000 followers on Press Reset. This one was a big one. We have 75 followers, so I just need to do a better job at just promoting it, posting more content on there, but yeah, start a private label brand. That's actually something that Devin and I are in the works on right now. We've actually been working on that. So hopefully this will happen during 2023. Have a $300,000 month on Amazon. We've had multiple $100,000 months and over, but not quite 300,000 yet. And moving on to social media. So 20,000 on YouTube. This is definitely very attainable. We just hit 14,500. So really I just need like 1,000 subscribers a month, which is kind of a lot, but I think we can do it. Upload 1 video per week on YouTube. If I stay consistent for the second half of the year, I definitely think, once again, for social media, we can achieve these. I just need to pick it up on really all platforms. Now that the goals are done, like I said, just a really quick reflection of them. Definitely all very achievable during the second half of the year. It's just gonna take a lot of consistency, a lot of work, but there's really nothing on here that can't be done within, 5 or 6 months. So I feel good about them. I just need to do better at checking in on them monthly. So with my monthly resets, I've been kind of slacking on my goal section. I've kind of been just doing my monthly budget with me, but I'm definitely gonna make sure that I start incorporating those goals back in there. So that way we are checking in on them every single month. Moving on to, let me pull up my budget spreadsheet. We're gonna move on to those financial goals. Okay, so here's my budget spreadsheet. This is the Ultimate Wealth Dashboard, and I always show you guys the monthly dashboards, but I never really show you the other tabs of the sheet, which I wanna do better at. So we are gonna check in on our savings and investments dashboard and see how we've been doing, not only monthly, but annually as well. Okay, honestly, looking at these, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And honestly, it could be worse. You can see I have 4 savings accounts. My total savings goal for the year was $16,500. My starting balances were $3,800. I've saved $3,161.34 this year, and my current balances are $6,961.34. So I'm about 42% of the way to my goals, which honestly is really not that bad. I thought it was gonna be worse, especially because with content creation, I make significantly more during the second half of the year. With our Amazon business, I do pretty much a lot of my income comes during, you know, Q3 and Q4 during the years. I've not been, I would say, like relying on that income, but I've been planning to save and invest more during the second half of the year. So I am a little bit behind. I'm not completely halfway, but like I said, I do plan to pick it up during the second half of the year. So this is actually honestly a little bit better than I was expecting. So for my American Express savings account, this is my high yield savings. This is just my savings. My goal was 5,000. I started with 400. I've saved 1,200 this year. So my current balance is 1,600 and I am 32% of the way to my goal. For my long-term savings, this is a joint account that I actually have with Devin. This is just for bigger life expenses. So for kids, for a down payment on a house, for a car. We're about 47% of the way to the goal. Not terrible. I've talked about this before too. We haven't really been prioritizing this savings account just because at the beginning of the year, Devin and I really wanted to buy a house this year, but with the housing market right now, with housing prices, the interest rates, it's probably not gonna happen. And so I haven't really been prioritizing this one as much as I expected to at the beginning of the years. Rainy day, my goal was 1,000. Started with 250. I've saved 200 this year, 45% of the way there. This is obviously pretty self-explanatory. This is my rainy day account. Just, you know, for me, if anything were to pop up, you know, I just have extra money in there. And the last savings account that I have is my gifts sinking fund. So my goal was to keep $500 in there. I really don't worry about this savings account too much. This is just for Christmas, when any birthdays pop up. I just have a small reserve in there for, you know, those occasions, so it makes gift buying a little less stressful and more enjoyable. I sound like a broken record saying this, but I truly believe everybody should have a gift sinking fund, especially during the holiday season. When Christmas comes and I already have, you know, a reserve of money set aside for gifts, it makes it significantly less stressful than needing to come up with that money, you know, within a month or two. And not that obviously Christmas or the holidays is all about the money, but you know, it's inevitable that you're probably gonna spend more during that time of year. And so having that sinking fund that you've kind of been putting in, even like 20 bucks a month, really does help take that stress off of you and makes it a little bit more enjoyable. So I tell everybody in my life to do this. My parents, Devin, and they never listen to me. And every year when Christmas comes around, they're stressed and I'm like, I told you.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend.
I tell you guys because it helps me out a lot and you don't have to put that much in it every single month. Those are my savings and investments for 2023 so far. Honestly, I'm really glad that I kind of checked in on them. And I do also want to say that I'm at a weird, I guess, point in my life right now where I'm actually working on growing and building different businesses. And so even though I need to be saving and investing personally, we have a business savings for our business, so we have a lot of extra money in there. So we do reinvest and save a lot through our business, which I don't share because I like to keep my personal and business finances separate. And the last tab is the annual dashboard, which is one of my favorites. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this just because it's pretty much an annual, obviously, overview of what you guys see every single month, my monthly resets. I did erase my income out of here because I don't share my Amazon income with you guys, but once again, just a really good, you know, way to check in on our finances and, you know, see what we're, you know, spending or saving month over month so we can kind of compare them and see those totals at a glance. If we look at my top spending categories here, we can see my top spending category is rent. It's been 28% of my spend, miscellaneous, and then restaurants is number 3, you guys. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my financial progress check-in reset section. Like I said, after doing this, I have a better idea of just knowing how much I need to be saving, investing monthly, and just areas, you know, where my finances could improve during the second half of the year. But we have one more section left in our 2023 mid-year check-in / mid-year reset, and that is our book section. So I'm gonna go through some of the books that I read this year, some of the books that I plan to read this year, give you guys some recommendations, and kind of update you on what I'm gonna read. They're literally falling out of my hands. These are the books that we are going to be going through. Book number 1 is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I would give this book a 4 out of 5. It is very spicy, and I do think it was a good read. I think I read it in like 3 or 4 days, which is very fast for me. Book number 2 is Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. I would give this book, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. That's harsh, I know, but honestly, you guys, I didn't even finish it. I got to page 155. I just found the main character in this book very annoying, to be honest. It could still be a really good book, but like I said, I got to page 150 and I was like, you know what? I still don't like this book. I'm just gonna move on to something else. Book number 3 is Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I would give this book probably 3.5 stars out of 5. Probably a little bit of a controversial rating. I know a lot of people like this book. I've seen so many good things about it, but for me, I felt like Colleen Hoover, like she drug out the book and then everything happened within like the last 20 pages. I feel like you're just anticipating what's gonna happen and then it does happen, and then like I said, there's like 10 pages and then the book's over. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like good either. It definitely could have been better, but that's my thought on this. Comment down below if you guys have read this and what you thought about this one, because like I said, I've seen so many good things about it. People thought I was crazy when I posted it on Instagram that I really didn't like it. But book number 4 is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I would give this book a 5 out of 5. This is one of my favorite books that I have ever read. Ali Hazelwood has definitely become one of my favorite writers. Her writing is so light and easy to read. It's almost like that feel-good writing. It's not a very, I don't want to say complex book. Like there's not a lot of complexity to it. It's pretty predictable. Absolutely would recommend this. I think it's such a good book. Just a very good, feel-good kind of romance book with a little bit of spiciness in there. And like I said, Ali Hazelwood is a really good writer, and I think she's a good switch up if you're looking for another author besides Colleen Hoover. And the last book that I read in 2023 has been It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I promise I'm not going to read as much Colleen Hoover during the second half of the year, but I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It honestly, I think it was a good book, but I think it was a little bit of a disappointment as a follow-up book to It Ends With Us. And so I was so excited. I pre-ordered It Starts With Us, got it delivered in October, didn't even end up reading it until this year, and I just felt like it was very predictable. Like it felt like she really took her time during It Ends With Us, and she just wanted a quick follow-up to it that she just quickly wrote It Starts With Us. So in my opinion, I feel like it felt a little bit rushed. I just feel like it was a good book, but there wasn't really that much to it. Like it was very predictable. And yeah, I just feel like it could have been, I don't know, written a little bit better. I know a lot of you guys agreed with me on this when I posted it on Instagram. Okay, so for the books that I plan to read during the second half of the year, I only have 3 right here in front of me. My current read right now is Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. Like I said, I love The Love Hypothesis. This is my second book by her. I think like 20 pages in. I'm definitely gonna finish it by the end of the month, so I will let you guys know in my August monthly reset how I like this one. I also have The Silent Patient, which I started this probably the middle of last year based off of your guys' recommendations. I got to page 52 on this and actually stopped reading it. Felt like the beginning was very slow, but then a lot of you guys told me that you just have to keep reading and it gets better. So I definitely want to give this one a fair shot because it is so popular. So many of you guys recommended it to me. So throwing some nonfiction books in here. I have The 12-Week Year, which I actually started. I got a decent amount of the way through here, but definitely going to read this one. I'll keep you guys updated. I want to finish this one maybe by the end of the month too. We're halfway through the month, so I will keep you guys updated on how I like this one and a few lessons that I take out of it. That is my book lineup so far for the end of the year. I would like to squeeze at least 5 more nonfiction books in and a few more fiction, so leave any of your book recommendations down below. I would love to know what you guys are reading, what you have read, and any good recommendations recommendations that you have. Any recommendations I see or that you guys give me on Instagram, I will make a pinned comment and put them in there so that way they're really easy to find. And if you're looking for any recommendations, make sure you check out the comment section too. But I think that officially wraps up our 2023 mid-year check-in. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was definitely very chatty. Like, I need some water. I do feel good though about the second half of the year. It's always good. It's always refreshing to just check in on where you're at and kind of set that game plan up for yourself for the upcoming months. And don't let this discourage you. Let it motivate you to finish out the year strong. And so yeah, once again, also to make sure you guys go check out Press Reset's website. Like I said, even if you already have the spreadsheets, go check out those free resources on there. Join the email list because I will be sending out emails probably once a week with just updates that I have or just tips and tricks about finance, productivity, all that fun stuff. So thank you guys once again so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you do your check-in if you haven't already. Check in on those goals, on those finances, and let me know any of your favorite books right now. And I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.